Let's go see what Charlie is up to. Charlie, what are you doing?
Ordering pizza, bro.
Ordering pizza?
Yeah.
Can't build a computer without pizza, man.
No, you can't. You really can't.
Ordering Domino's? Papa John's?
I want to check the prices and see what we can get for cheap. You know, after this big budget computer build, our budgets are a little low.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we got to find the cheapest deal.
We're doing what, a computer, my first AMD computer build on what, $300?
$300.
Heck yeah.
Gotta save money.
We got Charlie's Beast over here that we're going to go up against.
Good luck, bro.
There we go. There's the real reaction from Charlie. Okay, so on top of our goal to make a computer, and especially a gaming PC, under $300, if you add the price of the pizza, which was how much?
Oh, I don't know how much.
Like $7, $8, we're still under $300 total.
Oh, $680.
$680. Okay. So we're still under $300 with the pizza that we're buying for tonight.
Man.
That's awesome.
Don't mind me just blowing my coffee. That's great.
Linus doesn't have any outtakes, does he?
Nope.
I've never seen any. Linus, you need to do outtakes. This is like a tribute to Linus. He needs to do outtakes.
He's great. He needs to do an outtakes for you know he's got plenty of B-roll footage for outtakes.
Oh yeah.
Put some of your footage to use, man.
Come on, man. We want to see the outtakes and the unboxing videos. Alright guys, so over all the shenanigans that you've probably already watched from the beginning of this video, welcome to the Tech Bench. Everything is on the bench. When we were thinking about like a YouTube series or something to do here at Charlie's Computer Service, we were like, well, what are we going to call something that we would do? And I was like, you know what, we're always putting something on the bench to work on. Let's call it the bench. Thus we have a bunch of computer parts on the bench. This is Mr. Charlie Davidson right here, the owner and CEO and janitorial services of Charlie's Computer Service.
Pretty much.
A little bit of everything. And that's where we're going to be filming from, is right here in his shop. So, but the biggest thing I figure we could do for our first episode is a complete computer build. I've got a Dell Precision 690, aka 2006 technology, which was really, really big in its heyday. I mean, like, what we're talking, two dual-core Xeon processors.
It was the beast.
It was the beast, and but it also had a beastly amount of power wattage as well, whatever you want to call it.
It was a space
That was the main reason it was called the beast, not for the performance, but because of the wattage that it took.
It would heat up a room in how long?
Within 30 minutes, it heated up my apartment room. So I mean 30 degrees outside and I don't have to buy a heater.
And it ran a top-of-the-line operating system, Windows XP.
Originally, 64-bit Windows XP, which also showed up as Windows Server 2000, I think. Also, yeah, when I would like log into it to work on it from like remotely, it would show up as Windows Server. So yeah, but it was it was like where Microsoft decided to kind of skip over. They were like, no, we never made. They kind of slipped Microsoft, Windows XP 64-bit under the rug a little bit. I never saw it. I mean, this is the only computer I found, but
I didn't see it until
I came across it and decided to make a gaming PC out of it because it was free, and put a Quadro NVIDIA card in it, and it worked really well on gaming until Charlie here decided to have a little test with me on benchmarks and completely just
decimated.
I totally ripped. I mean, I ripped completely on that one. So what I was working with was a dual-core Xeon processor Dell machine. So I decided to make something a little bit more eco-friendly, I guess you could say. Less power, but more performance, which is why I went ahead with new parts.
More bang for the buck.
Exactly. So that's what we're looking for, and that's more modern stuff. I mean, 2006 technology. It took a 1,000-watt power supply to power all that. So we're hoping with a 500-watt power supply and 8 cores of AMD processing that we can get a little bit more out of it. So we're going to take all kinds of stuff. We're going to take the stats from the old computer, the new AMD machine, and then later on we're going to compare my AMD 8-core to Charlie's AMD 8-core. So let's get it started. Alright Charlie, so building computer from scratch. You've got a case, processor, power supply. Where are we going to start at?
I think we need to unbox the case first.
Okay.
Gotta start with big and go smaller.
Okay, so the case we decided to go with was kind of a Black Friday deal. We got it for 50 bucks and retail was 100. So if you kind of search around on Amazon, you get a lot of your better deals. But it's made by Cinti. It's really a lightweight case and is made of pretty thin metal actually. Let me see if I can get it. I've already opened it once and just took all the plastic out of it. This is either going to go really well or it's going to be a really big fail, one of the two. And Charlie, I may need your... Oh, there we go. Oh, there it is. Cool. All right. The case is officially out. All right, so we've got... Oh, I hate this. Alright, so it's kind of a little bit smaller than the Cool Master case, but kind of has a very similar design. You've got your USB ports in the front here, audio, and your, microphone and your speaker, power and everything, but you've also got your window unit on the side there. Okay, so hopefully only try of the final build. Is it on?
Are y'all ready for something to go boom?
No, let's not go boom.
Are y'all ready for something to go boom?
No. Yes, I'm ready for something to go boom.
Okay.
Let's go boom, Charlie.
It hadn't went boom yet.
Push it.
Something's happening. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. There we go. Alright, you got your disk drive and your hard drive at FX8320.
The back fan is spinning slightly. CPU fan is spinning. The front fan is not spinning. Okay, so it's now day 2. We've got the complete AMD computer back on the bench once again. We've got it running, transferring everything over from my old hard drive, which was only 500 gig, and that's all I had at the time. But now I've got a 2 terabyte drive as well as the 500 gig. I'm going to keep both of those in there, so I've got a backup drive just to back stuff up to. And so I've got 2 drives. One's an SSHD, or the 2 gig is the SSHD. But so basically we're going from a Dell 690 that was from 2006 to a brand new PC basically, but everything's just transferring over now. You know, you've got a lot of games and your biggest stuff comes from your Steam folder, which is estimated to take about 9 hours to transfer over. But so anyways, performance has been really great. We've been working with a couple things on the case. I still really like the case. I mean, it's the Cinti case. It's very lightweight, which means that the metal is pretty thin. So if you're looking for a lightweight, thin very flexible case to work with like I do, that's not just like this massive case or anything, this is the way to go. But the fans on the inside are not that great whatsoever. We got very little airflow. And almost kind of scared me to even have the computer on at first, because there hardly wasn't any airflow with the exception of the actual CPU fan itself. So we replaced the front fan in the back as well as the, I believe it was the 80 millimeter fan the one in the front and the 80 millimeter in the back, with just some other fans that we had lying around, and we got really great airflow. So the stock fans that come with it look cool with the LED lighting, but these are have like white lighting on them, but they're a lot better. So if you want this case, review-wise, it's great for lightweight use, and if you want something durable and that, I mean, it has a really good build to it. It's on the smaller size. I love the buttons on the front. You've got your hard drive process status button on the front, as well as your power status LEDs on the front there as well. I had to put the DVD drive. I'm going to get another one of those, probably with a Blu-ray compatibility as well. And also something else I want to do is put a card reader on the front with all the media stuff that I do. It'd be great to have one of those, one of the card reader or multi-card readers on the front. So other than that, it's been a really great build. Again, everything was around 300 bucks total. We put Windows 7 on it. We decided to go away from Windows 10 at first and see how it does. Charlie has done some testing with his AMD machine, which has an MSI gaming board, gaming series board on it, as well as the 8350. No, not the 8350. Anyways, it's 8-core as well. It's right up there from mine. I've got the 8350, I believe, but it's also 8-core. But he's got the things to look into the future about with this computer would be things like putting a SSD in it. So I've kind of just shied away from the SSD for now, just for price-wise, just to say that we built the computer for 300 bucks, and it's got 8 cores, and also stuck another gig of, another stick of 4 gig RAM in it, so we're up to 12 gig in the machine now. But otherwise, I think it's a really good build. The case turned out a little bit differently than we had planned. I was planning on using the cooling fans inside, but eventually I'm going to upgrade to a water cooling system anyways for the processor, since I'm planning on overclocking the processor. We're shooting for about 4 gigahertz. It's 3.5 stock. But kind of read in the forums where you can take the 8350 up to about 4 gigahertz pretty successfully, and still have pretty good cooling as well. So far so good. We're going to run some tests on it and see some benchmark and stress tests on it, see how it does. But otherwise, looks like we've got a pretty successful build here. Now we just got to come up with a nickname for it. So don't know exactly what it will be yet, but we'll find out soon.